No, 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 not another index card hack. That's right. I have another idea, but another great idea for an index card. This time we're going to use 4x6. Is it 4x6? Yeah, 4x6. And you know I grab them at Walmart because as much as Walmart drives me crazy, it's the cheapest place to get them. And I'm going to show you how to make a perfectly bound little book. Look at me. I'm self-published. Look at that. Um, this one's called Lipstick Lifelines. But I'm going to show you how to bind it with staples without making any marks. It's a trick you do with a stapler and an eraser, and you will love this trick. Anyway, come along while I show you how to make little tiny mini books. And let's think of a million different ways you can use these mini books. I have some ideas brewing in my head, so I'll make my suggestions as I go along or towards the end. But mini books from index cards. Oh yeah, the best, cheapest blank canvas out there. All right, come along. Okay, I'm going to do what I always do and narrate my own video. Here's what you'll need. Index cards 4x6, a cutting tool, a stapler, eraser. And this book is going to be 12 pages in total, but only using 3 index cards, but the back and the cover are going to count as a page. So you'll need 10 pages of art or quotes or uplifting thoughts, whatever you're going to fill your book with. And here's how you do it. Again, 3 index cards, 4x6. First, kind of just plan what you're going to put in your book. If you're like me and it's very planned, I'm going to show you a format. But if you just want to go random and as you go along, that's another way to do it. But you're going to do back and front art for each card. Here are 3 cards total, 3. But I'm showing the top row is the front of the card, the back row is the back of the card. And to be more specific, if you really want it to be very planned out, you take a screenshot of this, and this will show you what pages, page 12 and the cover. The top row, again, is all the front of a card. The bottom row is the back of the card. And when you're printing, you're going to do as you always do. Take it out of the printer and print horizontally in the same direction. Here's where, after I've printed my card, front and back, I use my little crease doohickey, and I crease the card right in the middle at 3 inches because it's 4x6. That's one way to crease. But if you don't have a creasing doohickey, but you have a butter knife, I'm going to show you a nice little butter knife pack that works just as well, and you have everything you need at home. So take your index card, take a hard edge, then run your butter knife, not too hard, but just enough to make a crease along the 3-inch mark, the middle of the card. And you saw I had how many bracelets. Gives me the proper weight to make that crease. But look how neat that crease is. And that didn't cost me a thing. That's there in the kitchen. Who knew a butter knife could be an art tool? You never know, right? So after you do that, line up your cards together. And again, it's 3 cards, but it's going to come out to 12 different pages if you count the cover and the back. Cover and the back. So now you need to staple. Now here's the trick, something I think imperative to make it nice and neat. I call this an art chip clip. It'll keep it nice and still, nice and no movement there. And you're going to take your pages that you've printed front and back, and please don't hesitate to, if you have any questions, to come at me. You're going to put the eraser underneath, and you're going to staple as best you can on that creased line. Now, I'm doing this for a video, so chances are I might not be as accurate and precise as this Virgo always aims to be. But let's see, if it's just showing it, maybe this will be fine. So it's not right on the spine, yikes. But that's okay, I'm still going to show you what you do next. No, I can't. I'm a Virgo. I have to redo that staple. And again, if I was doing this and I wasn't shooting a video, I would be more eye level and more precise in getting down my eyeballs closer to it. And I'm using images that are on my Funny Women greeting cards, link below, that I sell on Etsy, that are more pithy than punchline, and of which I've sold 11,000. But you can write quotes in there, uplifting quotes. Now look, here's the deal. You take that obviously the staples are going to be sticking up because they went directly into the eraser. So you're just going to bend them down. I tried to do it with the butter knife, but honestly, it was easier to manipulate with my hands. Our hands are great tools. Hands and head, good tools. So once again, I'm trying to stay right directly on that line. And again, doing a video, I'm probably not as accurate as I would normally be. But once again, the staples are sticking up and you're just going to bend them down. And again, hands really work best for doing this. And it's really that simple to make what is a 12-page book out of index cards, 4x6 index cards. And what index cards are so cheap, but look how rich and fabulous and fun this is. I used, as I said, lipstick lifelines, lipstick theme humor from my Funny Women greeting cards. Oh, I need to show you one more thing. Staplers. If you need to know how to open a stapler, because everybody's staple can open, go on the back of your stapler. There's usually a little switch thing mechanism. For me, it was right there on the back. You just kind of press it, put some pressure on it, and the stapler opens. And that's key. You have to have a stapler to do this. That's absolutely key. But I was thinking, as I was putting this together, there's so many different things you could use this, your little book for. You could do affirmations, in which case maybe you don't have to be as precise as I was with planning the pages, but I knew how I wanted my pages planned. You could do things that bring you joy or bring your friend joy, whoever you're going to send this to. You could put quotes, whether it's of someone you admire. To me these days, that would be Cher. I love Cher. I'm going to digress later into Cher. How can you not love Cher? Anyway, you can have advice, you can have vanity, sanity tips, things like that. So it's a pretty simple thing to make. And again, if you're not as planned out as I am, and you just make the raw book and then put your story in there, your drawings, whatever, you could do it that way. That's another way to do it. So I hope you'll have fun with this. As an accessory addict, I think I'm going to have to make one that has to do with an accessory theme. So please don't hesitate if you have any questions. And I'd love it if you would subscribe, or I'd love it if you'd visit my Etsy store. Again, sold 11,000 cards, and I'd love for you to kind of know the humor, where I come from where my humor comes from. Vanity is sanity. Thanks for watching. Love, peace, and chicken grease. But if you've stayed around this long, I'm just going to give you an insight into my accessories today, because as I said, I am an accessory addict. So naturally the arm is full, to bracelets and bangles to the top. My carpenter's pencil, my vintage lipstick tube. Come on, how cool is that thing? That's a pencil, people. That is a pencil. Fancy schmancy. I call these my diamonds, but they're something from my mother-in-law, who I don't think ever wore them except for fancy events. Hello, it's midweek. I'm wearing it today. My vintage piece that was in another video that I got at a flea market and really got inexpensively, and just 3 circle pens. So if you've stuck around, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Love, peace, and chicken grease, and until the next time.